Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Let me quickly just check the audio and see if the audio is working or not. No, come on. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my audio. Okay, I got that. The audio is working correctly. So as you guys are coming in, please let me know where you guys are connecting from. Who is represented in the house? Who is in the house? All right, Mercy Johnson. God bless you. Thank you very much. Agbemisola Joyce Oniyere. How are you? China Aso Oku. Sorry. Can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Tuyi Bisola. How are you? And God bless you. Thank you very much, everybody. As you're coming in, please let me know where you're connecting from. Betty Small. Long time. Margaret Gold. Thank you, Destiny. God bless you. Biloye. How are you? I must say, God bless you. Mercy Johnson again from Lagos. All right, thank you. From Canada, thank you very much. Asha Omogi Arike, God bless you. Thank you very much. From Lagos, Nigeria. We got a lot of people calling in from Lagos recently. Thank you very much. Lola De Aziz from Lagos. Wow. Karim Fatima from Lagos. Wow. All right. Mabel from Cameroon. Wow, that's good. Evelyn from Benin. Wow. these are all people from Africa this night. At this time, you guys are still not sleeping. Mercy Joseph, how are you? You're joining eventually. Okay, welcome. Thank you very much. I want you guys to do me a favor, and the favor I want you to do me tonight is go ahead and share this broadcast. Share the broadcast. Let many people connect on the show at this time. From Abuja, Nigeria, from Osun State. Wow. Margaret Gold, thank you very much. Farayola Aduni, thank you very much. Temitokbe from Lagos. Ansa from Calabar, thank you very much. Another from Lagos. Wow, everybody's from Nigeria today. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm still waiting to actually hear from the people from the US, Canada, and the UK. Anybody from the US? Anybody from the US? Anybody from Canada? I want to see you guys out there. Oh man, I'm not seeing anybody from Canada. I'm not seeing anybody from the US. Okay, somebody from the UK. Adebola Adejumo. Thank you very much. From Michigan too. Amelia, how are you? Mabel from USA. I can see that. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much. Richie Eyes from Lagos. God bless you. From Port Harcourt. Umana Ofinimi. Can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry. All right, let's jump to the issue of today quickly, as other people will be joining. Nathaniel from Germany. Thank you. I believe you guys, you're able to hear me loud and clear. You're able to hear me loud and clear. Thank you very much for connecting from Maryland. Thank you very much. I will be opening my telephone line up today in case anybody would love to contribute. Maybe you have a question or the other for me on the show today. So if you're able to hear me, please, can you guys give me a feedback real quick? Give me a feedback real quick if you're able to hear me. If you're able to hear me. Didi from Maryland, thank you. Lawson from Scotland, UK, thank you very much. Pedro from Delta. All right, I can hear you. Thank you very much, Duni. So I want you guys to pause for a minute. I want you to go and share this broadcast. Share this. If I can have 70 people share this broadcast, it will be great. If I can have 70 people share this broadcast, I have 70 people watching right now. If I can have 70 of you guys share this broadcast, we're going to actually have 140 people join. From the Philippines, thank you very much for joining. Mirales. Can't pronounce that name, but I don't know. Probably I got it right. Ceci. I just say, how are you? Long time. All right, let's go to the business of today. I've been reading a lot of letters. Oh my God, I think the topic is not correct. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. That title is not correct. I think I clicked the wrong one. Oh my God. All right, let me change this. Give me a minute, guys. Let me quickly change this out. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. No wonder. No wonder. All right, I got it. I got it. I got it. No wonder I'm having a lot of people from Nigeria. No wonder. No wonder I'm having a lot of people from Ghana, from Ivory Coast, from everywhere. All right, we are not doing singles connect tonight. I'm really sorry about that. The topic before us is different. I'm really sorry. I've already loaded that broadcast before. Before now, I didn't know I actually clicked on that to come in. All right, what we're going to be talking about today is totally different. We're going to be servicing the people that are already married. People who are already married, those are the people we're going to be servicing today. I can see that some people are dropping out already. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. The topic is actually is misleading. I'm sorry about that. And that's not what we're talking about today. The title for, the theme and the topic of discussion tonight is why African women reject sex. That's what we are going to be talking about today. And I think, let me quickly just edit again because I don't want. Let me use the word love making. Okay. Because by the time it gets into the system, all right. I think we're all set now. We're all set. We're all set. I'm not married yet. I will come for this when I. I'm really sorry, guys. That's very misleading. It's misleading. I didn't mean to do that to you guys. I'm sorry about it. All right. So the topic for today is why African women, why, who is Emmanuel Benga Onokoya, please? Who is Emmanuel Benga Onokoya? Somebody just posted something there. All right. Why African women reject love making. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I've been getting letters from a lot of different men. I've been getting letters from a lot of different men, and it's kind of like they be holding meetings behind. Like they be holding meetings behind that. Okay, let's bombard this guy. Let's just ask the question now. It seems like this Pastor Shola is always defending women. Let's go ahead and just ask him these questions right now, and let's see exactly what he's going to say. All right. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. What you guys are experiencing in your relationship. Uh, and I understand how painful it is when you are in a relationship and you are not getting enough sex in your relationship, that sometimes you might go for probably 2-3 months and nothing's happening. You continue to touch your wife and your wife is saying, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. All right. So it's very possible for it to happen like that. So we need to deal with it. And I see and I notice that a lot of Nigerian Christians don't like to listen. They don't like to listen to anything that has to do with sex because they believe it's carnal. And the majority of you guys who are not married yet do not understand that is a major thing. One of the major key things that makes marriage to last. And if you don't listen to it now, and if you don't learn about it right now, you will suffer later down the road. And you don't understand it. A lot of you guys just believe that it's more of let's just go and pray. What God cannot do does not exist. That's all you want to pray about. If that's all you want to pray about, you are missing it. You are missing the point. And the day you will actually wake up, you will regret not listening right now. For you to learn something, if you're not learning something right now, you later regret down the road. And someone like myself, I was on the street. I was given birth to by a woman who loved God and stuff, but I went on the street to learn these things. And that's why my life is different. But for some people, you grew up inside of a Christian home. All you knew was go to church every day and pray, and then you ended up getting married. Now there's ups and downs, and all you know how to do is just to pray. And right now, you're thinking about it, I don't know the way out. I don't know the way out. You are going to suffer. A lot of you guys don't want to listen to him right now. You feel, oh, he's very kind of. Why is he always talking about sex? It's because I'm a counselor. And I always see people come to me to come and ask me questions, and their marriages are going down. And most of them, like almost 80 to 90% of them, is because of sexual relationship. If you don't know, you better know now. It's better you get it into your mind right now and be ready to ask questions instead of you being shy about this whole stuff, especially you women out there. It's time for you guys to come out of your shells and start listening to topics like this and contributing instead of you being shy and be hiding somewhere. I'm telling you, you will later regret it. That's not my prayer for you, but you'll regret it down the road if you don't come out right now and start listening to such things like this and actually making comments, asking questions. The right questions that will actually bless your relationship. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys will say, oh, why are they cheating? Why are they? And then somebody will say because of sex. Then somebody will say, is he food? You're joking. You're a joker. You're a joker. If you are one of those ones that say, is he food? You're a joker. You're a joker. If you are that person that is asking, is he food? You will later regret down the road because your husband will find out food outside. Dr. Shola, African women most often time get inferior with their body shape in marriage, most especially after birth. So the men do not build their women's confidence. I know, I understand. I know. But we're going to take it step by step, and we're going to get there. All right? So many of you African women run away from talking about sex in a Christian home. You run away from it. And you see so many of you are having 6 children. So many of you are having 6 children. And you are telling me you don't want to talk about like popping pills. Where are they coming from? Are they coming down from heaven? Are they coming from heaven? You have 7 children, but you don't want to talk about sex. You don't want to. And somebody with 1 child is talking about sex openly. Somebody with 2 kids talking about sex openly. But we have 6 children. Just who is very busy? Who is the person that is busy more than the other person in the other room? You are the one that is so busy, and you're supposed to be able to teach us what exactly you're doing inside the room. But no, they will be hiding. The only thing they know is prayer point. Prayer point that will not help you. And now that's where our marriages are going down right now. Come and see it. A lot of pastors are getting divorced these days. If you don't know, better know now. If you don't know, better know now. A lot of pastors, they are getting divorced. And some of them that are not divorced, they have abandoned their wives. The wife is doing something different. The husband is doing something different. The wife is doing something different. The husband is doing something different. They're only fooling you when they come to church together. They are no longer together. The last time they had sex was 2021 or 2020. They're done. And you want to follow the step of your pastor by not talking about sex, you will enter into the. All what we're saying right now doesn't make no sense to you because you feel, oh, this is just carnal. This pastor is a carnal guy. He's only talking about sex. You know, come and be in my shoes. You what I read every day of my life. You will see how many letters I get in a day and how many of them. You will not believe it. You will not believe it. You won't believe it. I don't know. It seems like my network is a little low. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I'm in the studio. Everywhere is padded. All right. So now, so many men, they've been coming, they've been asking questions upon questions. Your network is cracking. I know. I could see that. Oh my God. Let me open the door. Hold on. I think it's because this whole place is padded. It's padded and the Wi-Fi is to penetrate the right way. I'm not sure what's going on, but let's just continue to manage it. Let's continue to manage. Are you guys able to hear me a little bit? Are you able to hear me a little bit? If you're able to hear me a little bit, let me know. Give me a feedback, or probably we should just postpone it, and I'll just do it tomorrow when I get the internet extender. I'll get the extender that will stay up here. Okay, you guys, you're able to hear me. All right, just a little bit. Okay, let's just manage it for today, and then by tomorrow it's going to be better. It's going to be better by tomorrow. So I noticed that a lot of men, they've been calling me, I've been sending me letters. I've been sending me letters upon letters and stuff and asking me, why is it that after marriage, some women, they just go crazy and no more sex, nothing, and all that. And it's a little difficult. And if you really want to understand it, you will understand it. And you must be hoping to understand exactly what is going on. It's not something that women prayed for. They didn't pray for it. And I want you to listen carefully. Women didn't pray for it. It's not something they pray for and say, God, let me not have the urge for sex. It's not something that they want. It's not that, okay, they decided I'm going to make my husband suffer. No. Based on my knowledge, I've been attending to women for a long time now. Probably about 20 years now. I've been attending to women. I've been talking to them constantly. You will find out that it's not like, okay, they themselves are not really interested in sex. They enjoy sex like men do. And as a matter of fact, they do enjoy sex more than men. They are actually the one on the receiving end, and they love it. They care about it. But there are some situations and circumstances that do come that are kind of like beyond their control. That even if they are willing, the body is not going to cooperate with them. It's because, number one, there are different hormones in the body of a woman. And those hormones could go crazy sometimes. And when the hormones are going crazy, you might not see it. And you might just think you are seeing a normal human being sitting. But inside of them, they know exactly what's going on in their body. There's going to be something they call mood swing. Mood swing. As in, like in the afternoon, they might be hyper and active. And by the time you get to the evening time, they might be moody. They just don't want to listen to anybody. They just don't want to hear nothing. And the whole stuff will just change. Just like that. So I want to quickly just break it down to you guys one by one. I'm going to give you 5 different points. Number 1 point I want to give you guys is the physical and health issues. The physical and health issues. You don't understand that women do go through physical and health issues. Wahala in their body. All right. Pain constantly. All right. They go through pain constantly. They go through pain constantly. I spoke to a woman today. The woman said to me, he said, Pastor Shola, I don't want my kids no more. And I asked her why. And she said to me, he said, the kind of pain I go through, taking care of these kids, I must to run here and run over there. This one is asking for this. That one is asking for that. I got to run here, run there, run everywhere. I'm tired. I'm not getting the help I need. I'm not getting the help needed. My husband is always going all around drinking, and I will be the one to be home. And they believe that because you're home, you're a full-time housewife. They do not understand that what you do with these kids, it actually is much more than somebody going to work by 9, coming by 5. And you're not even going by 9. You are stuck with this kid 24/7. And the woman was going crazy. And she said to me, he said, Pastor Shola, do you think that's going to be, at that point in time, I want sex? I don't. I just want to sit down and look. I just look and just be looking at myself like, okay, when are you going to be done with this? And you know what funny thing? Those kids, they're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old before you could even breathe a little bit. So you're talking about 10 years of your life going through the same pain. And some of them, they have like 4, 5, 6 children. They have like 4, 5, 6 children that they must take care of. If you as a man, if you could put yourself in the shoe of a woman and you do exactly what they're doing with their kids every day, even you yourself, you'll be drained. You'll be drained. You might not even feel like touching somebody for the next 2 years. All right? So they go through they go through physical and health issue. As in, like, they get sick like we all do. They get sick more. All right? They get sick more. They go to the hospital. They have, the hormones in their body do go crazy sometimes. So whenever this is happening to them, and some menopause, by the time they get towards 45, 50, the menopause will kick in. They just feel like, no, I just don't want to do nothing because the hormones are going crazy in their body. The hormones are driving them nuts. And they might not feel any reason why they need sex. Number 2 is emotional and emotional and psychological issues. Emotional and psychological issues. All right. Sometimes they are stressed out. Sometimes they are anxious. Anxiety will cause it. Depression can cause it. Mental condition could cause it. And you don't understand when we talk about depression, anxiety, and all of this stuff. They're crazy. They're crazy. And when a woman is going through depression, she's thinking constantly. Life is actually boring. The future is blurry. Everything is upside down. It seems that there is no hope. She doesn't even know what next to do. She's more like inside of a roller coaster. She doesn't even know exactly what's going to happen to her tomorrow. And inside of that state of mind, she's stressed out. She's anxious for tomorrow. She's depressed. All of these mental issues could affect her. And it's going to be difficult for her to be able to service you in the bedroom. And most of the time, women don't understand. We don't understand the kind of stuff women do go through. Some of these women don't have friends like we do. Some of them do just stay home. And all they do is just watch TV, cook, and run after their kids and cook and watch TV, and that's it. They don't have a life. The ones with life, the ones that do go to party, they go to party just to, it's a therapy for them. Going to the party is more of a therapy. Let me just go and be alive for just a few hours. And then they go there, they don't know anybody there, they don't like anybody there, they don't trust anybody there. So they just go there. And some of them will go there and then come back wounded. Somebody says something about them. Somebody gossiped about them. And then when they come back, they're actually broken-hearted. And they're thinking about one thing or the other. And that's the time you are asking for sex. They cannot do it. They cannot. All right. When they're going through this stress, when they're going through this anxiety, when they're going through depression, it's crazy. Or maybe they're angry about something. The next one is medication. Some of them take medications for something or the other. Just like we men also take medications for high blood pressure. And when we take high blood pressure medication, we always have erectile dysfunction. As in, like, you're not having full erection because there's no blood pressure coming in. And women, when they complain about that, men will go crazy. What do you want me to do? But women do go through the same thing when they are taking medication. You know, when they're taking medication also could actually make them not to be sexually active. All right, there are different medications they could take. I have one over here. I have the antidepressant medication here that will have a side effect, and that will reduce their libido. They might not be able to perform anymore. They might not be comfortable with having sex with somebody. And at that point in time, they just want to say no, 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 no. All of this stuff depends on the way you guys communicate. A woman should be able to let the husband know, this is how I feel. This is what I'm passing through. This is what I'm going through. And then you as a man supposed to understand that, okay, at this point in time, I think I have to pay a price. I have to sacrifice. This is not the time I'm supposed to be pushy. This is not the time I'm supposed to be verbally abusive. This is not the time that I'm supposed to now be hanging out outside. This is the time you're supposed to encourage her, be with her, support her emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And for her to be able to get over the mood, or probably get over the sickness, the weakness, and all kinds of stuff. The next one is during the time of pregnancy, or even after pregnancy. During the time of pregnancy, some women don't want sex. They want to stay away from it. Some will want it, some will not. It depends on the person that you're dealing with. During the time they are pregnant, they just want to carry their pregnancy in peace. And they don't want you to touch them. They don't want you to do nothing. All right? And that's not a crime. That's not supposed to be a crime. That is actually the nature of the person. They didn't create themselves. That's how God created them. And that's how they're going to be. You cannot change them because they're going to actually be under pressure. All right? So you as a man are supposed to understand the nature of the person you are married to. So you are not supposed to put pressure on her. That's not the time you're supposed to threaten her and say, okay, I'm going to go out and cheat. Okay? If you don't give me sex, I go out to cheat. And that's not the time you're supposed to put pressure on her. That's the time you're supposed to support physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because that's their nature. During pregnancy, they just don't want it. And then the last one before I open my telephone line is trauma and past experiences. Past experiences, probably you've done something crazy. Maybe you cheated. And, see, I'm not going to lie to you. Is it when you've done something and then the woman is telling you, I'm forgiving you, it's not that, okay, once in a while, it's not still going to come like a flashback. There will still be flashback. All right? There will still be flashbacks. She will still think about it sometimes. And then during the time she will think about it, and then she'll be looking at it as like, why? Why did you do it? But the issue is that we as men, we always believe that, but I've already said I'm sorry. But I've apologized. But you didn't get to understand that what you have damaged it. All right? To rectify it is actually almost like not possible. Now, it's possible for you to patch it because there will still be once in a while, the flashback will still come. And when there is a flashback, automatically, no more touching. That's the time they want to just keep to themselves just to overcome that particular mood. They want to overcome that experience. They will say, okay, I just don't want you around me right now. I just need my space. I know men that will say, I need my space. I know women that will say, I need my space. Just for them to be able to deal with the demon. And when they're done dealing with that demon, they can now say, okay, I'm back, I'm fine again. You will get to know when they're out. But anytime they're in, you yourself wants to just go and mellow somewhere and let them go through it and be able to, come out of it. And you must help. You are not supposed to go and now be threatening and say, okay, all right, it's been 4 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, it's been 1 month. Nothing. All right, I'm going to go out and cheat. All right, that means you are not sensitive enough. That means you are not sensitive enough. All right. So if you are sensitive enough, you will understand it's still the same that crime. That crime. That same crime that we continue to have flashback all the time. It will continue to have flashback all the time. And when it's having that, you will begin to see the mood will be changing, the attitude will change, and she will not feel comfortable having sex with you. Not feel comfortable having sex with you. So you need to understand it. Now, everybody is different. You need to study your own wife. Study your woman. Know the kind of nature of your woman. Don't compare your woman to your friend's wife. Don't compare your friend's wife with your own woman. Don't say, but she forgave her husband one time. Don't say, oh, she's always all over her husband. Don't say, oh, she has never rejected sex before. Don't say, oh, she's a better looking woman. She don't say, oh, she lost weight. You go lose weight too. Don't say all of these kind of stuff. All right? When you say all this stuff, you are not helping situation. You are going to damage it more. You're going to crush it. You're going to destroy it. Women go by what they hear. The word of somebody they care about. If they care about you, they love you dearly, your words will be like fire in their bones. When they love you and they care about you, your word is like it's like the voice of God to them. Whatever you say will affect them. So you must be careful what you say to them. If they are giving their life to you, they love you dearly, and they want to spend the rest of their life with you, they are depending upon you to help them, stand by them, care for them, love them dearly, and say beautiful things to them. Because when they hear bad things from you, I'm telling you, it will totally crush them and ruin them. They listen. All right. That's why so many of women always say things like, "Wow, Koidada, you this idiot, you this idiot, you this stupid woman." All those things will go into our bones. Those things will come back again. When she's sleeping, she'll remember. Even if you say you are sorry, that will still be flashbacks. That she will still sit down and say, could this come out of my husband's mouth towards me after everything I've done, after all I've done for him? They are human. They're not God. They are not angels. Whatever you feed them is what they receive. And when they receive those words become poison in their bones. And then the after effect of it is what you begin to see in their reaction towards you. A woman that's been cooking every day before suddenly doesn't cook anymore. A woman that's been very respectful before suddenly now becomes disrespectful. All right. A woman that has been having sexual relationship with you before suddenly doesn't even have libido is down. Okay. A woman that always talk all around you before suddenly she's quiet. All right. A woman that always loved to have fun with you, go out and have a drink with you, now doesn't want to. She want to be in her shells. You begin to see the effect of your character. And so many times men don't want to admit that they are the damager of a woman's life. What you say to them matters. They grab it. They believe it. When you tell your wife she's ugly, all the time, you ugly, stupid idiot, you ugly, stupid idiot, she will start feeling ugly. She will start feeling ugly. And you begin to see the effect. You start seeing the effect in her. And you know what funny thing about this whole world is that, you see, well, every time you say something to a woman like that and she's accepting it, that will cause sickness in her body. And she'll start drying up. And she'll be eating, but the food will not show in her body. It's psychological. And you guys may not understand as a man that what you're throwing at your wife is a big weight on her neck. These are not something she could bear. And you're throwing it, and you're throwing it, and you're throwing it. And the same woman keeps forgiving you, forgiving you, forgiving you. And she's forgiving you till now. And if a woman is forgiving you like that, don't you know that she's actually pure. And before you get to know it, that same woman will start having depression. She will be diagnosed of depression, and sometimes they'll put them on medication. And when they go on medication, they may not be able to feel themselves again. One of the men called me and said, my wife looked very sexy. I said, yes. Said, but sex is actually an abomination to her. I was like, what do you mean look sexy? He said, when you behold my wife, you want to have sex with her. He said, but when you go into bed with her, she's not that kind of a person that you could have sex with. She's boring in bed. And I was like, something must have happened. Something must have happened before that happened. Was she like that before when you started dating her? I believe if that was how she was, you won't marry her. Well, because I don't want to stay here for too long, I have opened my telephone line in case anybody, if you want have a question for me. The telephone number is on the screen. The telephone number is on the screen right now. For you to make call, to me right now. If you're out there, the telephone number is on the screen, 405-550-5135. 405-550-5135. For those who would love to call in, I'm going to be here to pick that call. I don't want to be here for too long because of my connection is not that fine. But if you have questions, you can go ahead and ask me. You will see the telephone number at the bottom of the screen, 405-550-5135. Anybody? I understand that African women don't like to talk about sex, and it's very terrible lifestyle. Very terrible. It's a very terrible lifestyle, and that's why we are where we are. Why we are where we are right now. Now, a lot of homes are going down because you women, African, especially Yoruba women, refuse to talk about their sexuality. They refuse to talk about it. And that's why homes are being destroyed. Sometimes when I listen to men, what those men are looking for, African women are not able to give to them. And then they end up going outside. And they found a woman outside who is actually ready to talk about sex with them. They found another woman who's outside ready to be adventurous with them. And that's how they start drifting. They get drifted away and never came back home. But we African Christians will blame them. Oh, is that enough to do that? Is that enough to do that? Of course, it's actually more than enough to do that. More than enough. And that's why everybody's supposed to grow. We're supposed to develop and grow. You're supposed to be open to learn, open to be exposed, to learn and to grow and to understand what keeps marriage going and to do them. If we continue to say, oh, that's our culture, this culture is going to mess us up. And we're still going to be there blaming the culture when we are divorced. We're going to be there blaming the culture when we become single mothers. And we are actually struggling to take care of our kids. And we're going to be there actually blaming the same culture when we are now there at age 50, no companion, no nothing. And you are drying up. And you're there. And you're not open to talk about what is important and necessary in your relationship. I've counseled so many people and I've told these women, it's time for a change. It is time for a change. We are not supposed to continue the way we are. When you go to the African American community, they talk freely about sexual relationship. Our men go into it and they get sucked into it. When you go into the Caribbean community, they talk freely about sex. When you go into the white community, they talk freely about sex. But when you come into the African setting, that's when everybody's religious. And they believe that their religion or their spirituality is not connected to it. It's not connected to it. And then all of us will now start going down the drain. And then the pastors are not talking about it because the pastor don't want to talk about it because they believe it's not part of the gospel. And that's a major reason why people are getting divorced today. Go and look at the rate of infidelity is increasing every day. It's increasing and increasing every day. Men going out to be adventurous. They are looking for women who could play with them the way they want to play. They're looking for women who could give them satisfaction outside. Okay? I'm telling you, they're willing, they're going out. And then we continue to blame them like you want to tie them down. You want to tie men down. You know, they believe it's only one life to live. Just one life to live. And that one life to live is something that you must live the right way and to the fullest of it. All right? And the fullest of it. And if at the end of the day, they are stuck with a woman who is not ready to be adventurous, those guys will now decide to just do something different. They do something different. And we people, we blame them. We blame them for actually doing what they're doing. But we are supposed to blame women for not being able to change their ways. Change their ways. If I give microphone to a lot of men on this line right now, you're going to see that they will actually support this point because 90% of them are going through the same thing we're talking about right now. This afternoon, a man wrote me a letter. Let me see if I can read it to you guys. I think I posted it. Let me read it to you guys. All right. He said, good evening, sir. I have been married for 4 years now. And for once, my wife hasn't made the move for sex once. I am the only one who always makes the move. And whenever I ask if she doesn't, whatever I ask for, she doesn't for once want to make love, our response has always been, I'm not that kind of a person. And deeply, I get upset. Sir, please, I want to know if a woman can stay in marriage like that. That's a man that is grieving. This is a man that is grieving here. We cannot continue to be rubbing the truth on the head without saying it. And when we say it, a lot of you will say, oh, it's a carnal thing. Oh, it's not spiritual. His life all about sex. His life all about this. But this is the same thing that is messing up marriages right now. It's the same thing. And I receive letters from women who tell me, it's been 2 years, my husband refused to ask for sex. It's been 2 years, he did not touch me. And, I counseled a couple who, it's been 3 years, the man didn't ask his wife for sex. And I asked the man, I said, sir, what is the problem? Is the woman dirty? Is she not good? What is the problem? And the man said, no, she's not dirty. She's okay. But because for 15 years of our marriage, I've been the one asking. And I made up my mind. I'm not going to ask anymore. I will just sit down and be doing my own thing. And that's why I kept to myself. And for 4 years, now she's reporting it. I do not believe she could open her mouth to report it to anybody. But I'm sitting right there. She has never come to me and asked me for it. And I'm still there waiting and stuff. And I can tell you so many men are on this same table right here. And we want to keep our own, but we want to keep on praying. It is not the prayer that will keep your marriage together. It's the practical of life. If you're going to be practical about it, be practical about it. Do the right things. Do the right things. If you don't do the right things, your marriage is going to go down the drain. And then you're going to blame it on the devil. It's not the devil. It is you. Majority of you people that are listening to me tonight, you will understand that I'm telling you guys the truth tonight. Telling you guys the truth. Prayer doesn't do anything. Thank you. It's not prayer. It is practical. It's you doing it. Don't go and be hiding behind prayer. Holy Ghost will not come and ask your husband to make love to you. Holy Ghost will not go and have sex with your husband. It's not. All right? It is you that must do it. And I don't understand what is wrong with us that we see sex as something that is not good. We see sex to be something that is not good, that we're not supposed to have. What a terrible life. And I believe one thing, when you live in Africa, and now you're no longer living in Africa, you live in America now, then what exactly is still stopping you from doing the right thing? What? What is it? I take counseling like every day, and sometimes I feel like slapping women. Now, what exactly is wrong with you guys? When you see what could have helped you and change your marriage, you still refuse to do it. You still refuse to do it. And now when we now say, let us pray. I didn't mean we are praying on this line right now. We will have 1,000 people here. I didn't mean we are praying and be throwing prayer point right now. We're going to have 1,000 people connected tonight. But because we are talking about practical things, nobody wants to listen. We just want to hide behind praying. When we have what's supposed to be done, we refuse to do. And that's why I always use the example of all of these girls that are not believers. The girls that are on the street. They know how to ask a man for sex. They know how to sit next to a man and rub his chest. They know how to sit next to a man and start putting their tongue in his ears. They know how to do all that stuff and make a move. They know how to. But you people who call yourself Christians, you believe it's abomination. It's not supposed to be done. And the man you are married to is not Jesus. He's a regular man like everybody. With everybody. You know? With everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I want to understand, but I don't. And then we now say, oh, the bad girls have collected your husbands. Why wouldn't the bad girls collect your husband? The bad girls, they know exactly what a man is looking for. They do. Know what a man is looking for. And you will be, in the name of being decent, you are now using that decency to ruin your own marriage. You know? As an African woman, it is seen as wrong thing when you ask your husband for sex. Who told you that? Who mentioned that one to you? The person who shared that one with you doesn't know jack. That's what makes a man feel special. That's what makes a man feel special. That's what makes a man feel special. It makes a man feel wanted. Hello? Hello? Yeah, can you please speak up, please?
Okay. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. You want to contribute on the show?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I definitely want to contribute.
All right, go ahead.
I am here in the United States. I'm going to keep my name anonymous.
Don't worry.
Just for personal reasons.
I know. You don't have to mention your name on the show, man.
Okay, so I'm listening to you and I'm giving us here. So most of the things you're saying really resonates with me because I am that girl. I grew up in a Christian home.
Yeah.
Became a Christian when I was 15. Knew nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know. And then when I got married, I thought that, oh, I'm married. I actually married a virgin at 28.
Okay.
So I thought that was going to get me, a good marriage, the respect I needed, but the opposite was the case.
Okay.
So I have this thing you're saying right now about so many women hiding under the church and not exploring and not opening our eyes to what is happening around us. I have said that 1,001 times.
Yeah.
And that is why even the Bible says that the children of this world are wiser than the children of the kingdom.
Yeah, they're wiser in their ways, yes.
In every way.
Yeah.
So, and why I don't really want to go into the part of my husband yet. I'm already out. But I really want as many young ladies, young Christians who are out there, please learn your lesson.
Let them learn. Yeah, let them learn. Let them learn, madam. Is there, madam, let me ask you this. Is there anything wrong in a woman asking the husband, I need you tonight?
No, sir. Nothing is wrong with that. But see, the thing is that we have to pray. For women, we sex for us, it starts with the heart. Men, sex is in the head.
So what's the difference between African and Black American? So are they not women?
They are, but the thing is the cultural difference.
No. There's nothing like cultural difference. We live in America right now. There's no culture. Everybody's supposed to have the culture of where you live. When you are in Rome, be like a Roman. That's what Paul said to us. So if in Africa you guys are afraid, you are no longer in Africa.
Sir, I am not disputing you. We are learning.
You guys are not learning. You guys are. Some of you have been here 20 years and still can't ask for sex. So when are you going to finish learning?
Thank you for this forum. It is needed, honestly. I am trying to be a better person myself.
All right, God bless you.
In my next world.
In your next one, you see, men love to be. We want to feel wanted.
I know.
Don't just be this sex toy that I keep in the house. That anytime I feel, that's when I touch you. Then if you feel like you wanted sex and I don't touch you, then you're going to die like that. Women do feel the urge of sex too. So when you feel the urge of sex, then you have to wait for me?
No.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. I think the thing is, we ladies, we need to be bold.
Yes.
We need to be bold.
No, you are bold already. You know how to yell at men when you want to yell. You know how to yell when you wanted money. When you wanted money, you yell. You yell when you wanted money.
No, becoming percentage.
Yeah.
I have another woman that I belong to, and will be surprised and amazed at some of the things we discuss over there. But of course, for some people, I don't want to say it's too late.
Yeah.
It's not late. Nothing is late.
Nothing is late.
People that can fix it.
Yeah.
They don't fix it. There is nothing wrong in being expressive.
No.
Your man and saying,
no,
this
man.
is what I want. There is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
100% biblical. It is 100% acceptable. So thank you for this forum.
God bless you, madam. Thank you very much for calling, man. It is right. Bye. Yeah, the telephone number is still open for those that would love to call in. And we always want to rely on culture. When culture is not the problem. The stuff is not. It's not the culture that is the problem. The problem is you. We left Africa. We are doing great in America. We know how to ask for money. You know how to make money. You know how to argue when argument is needed. Then you're supposed to do the normal. Do the right thing also. When I'm on it, I ask for it. Thank you. But what I'm saying is that, as women always feel like we want to have sex, the urge of sex will come to men. That's the same way for women. So will you just stay there? Will you just only stay there and be expecting me to be the one to know? Am I God? How will I know that urge is there? There is no way for me to know. So if you don't understand that you need to go and ask, how will I be able to handle it? Let me pick this call. Hello?
Hi, Pastor. I just want to make a comment.
Go ahead, man.
Okay. Thank you once again, just like the first speaker had spoken. Thank you. It's an interesting topic. But I wanted to understand something. It's on both sides.
Let me understand, man.
Yes, I'm going to talk from a woman's perspective, and I'm talking from experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Because, like you said, nothing wrong for a woman because it's a mutual thing for a woman to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
To ask anytime, any reason, under any condition.
Yes, ma'am.
Are married, and I mean it's part of the obligations of marriage.
Yes, ma'am.
So there should be no restriction except for maybe you have a spiritual reasons we want to do this.
There is no spiritual reason, ma'am.
Okay. So what else? That's it. And what I want to say, like from my experience, that I was on the losing part in mine because I had to ask. I had to ask and beg for it.
Yeah.
You understand? So sometimes it depends on the partner.
Yeah.
The other part on the part of the man is that some men, like sometimes you've hurt a woman, you've done something. I read one of the comments. And a man, the African mentality, ego of I'm a man.
Yeah.
Or don't worry, after a while she'll get over it.
Yeah.
But instead of addressing issues, you want to sweep it under the carpet. It doesn't go like that.
Yeah.
You put out, hey, I can go to her and just touch her. That's gonna be the end. It doesn't solve that problem. The line is there. This thing, like she said, this women will do this from my heart. If you already smite that heart, you can get the rest of that heart. It's not possible.
Yeah. Now,
So,
madam, you know what we blame when it comes to such?
yes, sir.
Is the foundation. When you are getting married, you see, I take premarital counseling sessions, man. When they bring the guy and they bring the girl to me, I talk about sex with them. I let them understand your wife has got the same right you have to demand for sex, and you must to satisfy her. If we really believe in the Bible that we say we believe, the Bible says the body of a man doesn't belong to him, but to his wife. And the body of the woman doesn't belong to her, but to the husband. Okay? And we teach all these things in church. I don't think that's supposed to be an issue with a man now looking down on a woman asking for sex and making the wife to beg for it. That man is a stupid idiot. A man who is actually making the wife to beg for it is not a Christian. During premarital counseling, I make them to understand that the wife has got the right to demand and ask for sex, and you must answer. And as a man also, the man has the right to demand for sex, and you must answer. But there must be understanding why you don't want to do it, or you may not be ready for it today. Maybe you are going through stress, depression, or you're taking medication, or something's going on, or there is a spiritual process that you're going through that is making you not to be able to be active sexually. You must be able to communicate it. So when we are in relationship, man, we must understand that we have to lay the foundation of our relationship. And it is not a woman that will do that, because most of the time, African men are driven by ego. We need to go to the right place. You have to seek for professional help all the time. Let them eat it and hammer it to him to let him understand his responsibility as a man and the responsibility of the wife in the home. I have counseled a woman, man, that's been married for 30 years with the husband. And the man, whenever this woman asks for sex, the man will say, when have you turned to be a prostitute? I will report you to pastor. My wife, you have turned to be a demon. Why are you asking for sex? Is this supposed to be good for a woman to ask and stuff? And I look at the face of the man and say, sir, were you born in the jungle? Is there anything wrong with your brain? Is your brain really complete? Or maybe your brain is still processing? What exactly is wrong with a woman asking for sex? Nothing. And women always say, oh, that's why I don't ask. Hello? You need to sit your husband down. Anytime women are afraid of their husband, that's not marriage, man. You see, when you're afraid to talk to your husband, it's not marriage. You sit your husband down, call him Kule, call him Leko, call him his name. Tell him we gotta talk. I have a need. And these are my needs. You cannot continue to push me aside. This marriage is not going to work. This marriage is not one-sided. It's supposed to be for both of us. And that's part of what professionals do, man. But most of the time, we go to pastors to pray. That's the problem we have. And these pastors today, madam, I don't know, maybe you know, majority of our pastors are getting divorced.
That's true. You're right about that.
Yeah. Majority of our pastors are getting, the prayer they are praying is not working for them too. Because they refuse to go and see a marriage counselor. They refuse to go and see a therapist.
I think the pastors now, they are getting things, addressing issues better than they used to be.
And because we started shouting it, they call us demon then. When we started shouting, they were calling us demon. Now they are now seeing the result of what they've been doing. So now they are changing. They are now changing now saying the right things now. All right? And when we were talking about it, they were calling us internet demons. But today we are not demons anymore. We are now celebrities now. Because we are talking about the real things. So until we, the followers of all these pastors, will wake up and start doing the right thing by going to seek for counsel before marriage. They call something pre-relationship counseling. They call one premarital counseling. And then they call one marital counseling. All of this stuff are supposed to be done, man. If we refuse to do it, there was one day, I don't know, probably you remember, I said, if a man has been single until he's 50 years old, please don't marry him until he goes for counseling. People attack me. They attack me. You know why they attack me? They thought I said they are not supposed to marry them. And that wasn't what I said. What I mentioned is that person at that age doesn't know how to be a husband. He has been single all his life. He will treat any woman that comes in his life as a girlfriend.
Probably mommy's son that's still with the mom and still tied to the mother's string, and it's not going to be easy to let go.
You mean the boy?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, that is where all the process is very important. That we have to go through the process. We will determine that. We'll be able to pinpoint that. Okay, the problem of this guy is attached to his mother. So this one is going to end up to be a baby husband. So we will know from the beginning. By the time I'm counseling him and he's saying, my mommy said, or some of them that will say, my pastor said, anytime you see a woman that is always saying, my pastor said, don't marry such a woman. The pastor will run your marriage for you. And it's going to be disastrous. And that is why we have to be very intentional about marriage. We just don't want to jump into marriage just anyhow because the woman is beautiful or the man is handsome. We have to first of all check them out. Like you said, baby husbands. There are so many. And there are some husbands that are actually not exposed, that they will actually condemn you if you demand for sex. But when you are married to an open man, a man that is open to you, then what exactly is now keeping you from asking? You know, that's my point, man. Thank you very much, man. God bless you. Bye. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Pastor Shawa.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Shawa, Pastor.
I am good.
I know. Sure, you really hit the nail on the head. I just want to contribute to the
Go ahead, sir.
The program. You see, the problem we are facing, we Africans,
yeah,
mostly Nigeria, we are so dogmatic. Whatever the pastor says, we believe that pastors they are the best share. And about the marriage and so there's something that pastor they should give them during the marriage, but they know it. Yes, and there's some things to let people know, to let couple know. People don't be laughing at it. That's why we have a lot of sex in abroad. That's why in abroad, you see their way. It's just like in country, the way we were brought up.
Yeah.
But for example, now when you want to call penis, when you come out in penis, some people pay by that. They say they should not call it, but that's the problem we are facing. And sex education, they don't teach us.
Yeah.
So that's what most marriages are facing whenever they get married.
Yeah.
So also here, they have to take themselves as one. The Bible said it, two of you have become one.
Yes.
We should be able to confide on each other. But they did not do that. For instance, if she tried to tell her husband, is taboo in Africa.
Yeah.
What is taboo? All these things you should teach them while they are doing marriage counseling. Pastors should let them know. Just speak calm, let them know the truth.
Of course, I'm a man of God. I teach people that come for counseling. I teach them.
I'm calling from Indianapolis. We are going to our parish. Last year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that very day I was on duty. I was watching online.
Yeah.
So you read the nail on the head. That's why we are facing a lot of problem in marriage now.
Yes.
They really want to marry because they don't understand what they should know. They don't want to know it.
They don't want to know it. No.
I know. Don't say that. No. I'm a child of God.
Yes.
I want to use it's a kind of word.
Yeah, it's a kind of word. We want to say sex. We say fellowshipping.
We are deceiving ourselves, right?
Thank you, Jari Babami. God move. Thank you, sir. All right, thank you. All right, sir. God bless you. You know, and another thing I want to say quickly is that you as a woman, the moment you are actually falling out of the urge is not coming anymore. You're feeling like, okay, sex is not something you want to actually engage in. It's time for you to see your doctor and go to the doctor and say, well, I really don't feel like having sex anymore. The urge of sex is actually disappearing and stuff. You know, there are medications for you to take. There are exercises that you could do. There are so many things they could give you, you know, for you to be able to bounce back. Because see, You can't just make a guy to suffer in the house. You can't just say, now we are married. And the man will continue to suffer in the house by you now saying, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You are not interested today. You are not interested tomorrow. You won't be interested in next week. And next 2 weeks, you are not interested. And you are just keeping the man to suffer. You know, people are not meant to suffer. People are getting married because they want to enjoy their relationship. Okay? They want to enjoy their relationship. It's both ways anyway. So women are so unlucky that they married a man that is actually like that. And some men are just so unlucky that they marry another woman like that. Okay? So, but the two of us are supposed to be intentional. Whatever it is that you need to do, you do to be able to satisfy each other. All right? When you turn a man down, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you're actually kicking the man outside. Always have it at the back of your mind that, listen, this guy married me to enjoy me. If he's not enjoying you, then his life is going to be miserable. So many men that you see that are cranky today and so mean in relationship is because they're not getting sex on time. They don't get it. They don't have it. At the end of the day, they're just there and mean and angry. And because they go to church and they don't want people to actually now tell them, oh, they're cheating, they decide to stay in the relationship, but they're angry. So angry. And we just sit down there and all we do is just to be jumping from one prayer line to another prayer line and killing the devil and killing powers and principalities. When you're supposed to go and see your gynecologist and go tell him that it seems like something is wrong with me. I don't feel like having sex anymore. What could I do? Let them help you out. Let them help you out of the stuff. And it's so very important for all of us to look into that stuff. Either you're a man or you're a woman also. There are so many women that I know that are suffering in relationship. They are not sexually satisfied. Husband is not willing. Or maybe he's not capable of doing it. All right? Or maybe because of spirituality. That they believe that they need to fast 45 days. And 45 days of no sex. And they stay there. And the woman is suffering or the man is suffering. And then after the whole fasting operation is gone, then we now start dealing with divorce lawyers. And then they now start dealing with divorce lawyers and stuff like that. And that's not the right thing. And if your husband has offended you, he has done something wrong and stuff, let's go to a counselor and settle things. You cannot continue to carry bitterness in your heart forever. If you feel you want to divorce the guy, divorce him, let him go, and you go enjoy yourself with another person, let him go enjoy himself with another person. Instead of you guys locking each other down inside of this emotional pain that you guys found yourself. If you as a woman are not willing to forgive the guy, if he has done something wrong to you, then let him go. If you as a man, you are not willing to forgive the woman for whatever she has done, let her go. So she could go and enjoy her life and she could flourish and be able to do well in her life. Instead of you locking them down. So many men and women are in relationship today, they are bitter towards their husbands. And they still remain in the same relationship. And they're still there. They refuse to go to a counselor. They refuse to go to the pastor. They refuse to resolve the conflicts. And they're there still carrying the bitterness. And then they separate the rooms. I sleep here, you sleep there. Like as if to say that's the way to settle things. That's not the right way to settle things. That's not the right way to settle things. The right way to settle things is to come, sit down, and talk about your pain. What are you going through? This is what I'm going through, but I can't carry it the rest of my life because it's going to be a stumbling block to me anyway. You are not going to flourish. It's not going to flourish. None of you will flourish, and then it's going to affect your children. It's going to affect everything about you. You won't be able to make money. You won't be happy in your life. Sadness will actually be the order of the day. Instead of you guys now calling somebody, come here and let us reason together and let's settle this stuff and go. And go. Or, all right, I don't think I could forgive this guy. I'm never going to forgive him. So, best thing for him, go, I go. You go, I go. And then when we see each other later down the road, you're flourishing, I'm flourishing. All right? You marry somebody else, I marry somebody else. All right? And then I've been able to learn a lesson from that first marriage. These are the stuff I must not do in my next marriage. These are the stuff I must to say before I get married. And all kinds of stuff. And all kinds of stuff. And that's how we go. And that's how we settle. But one thing that is actually there is that women and men, we must agree to forgiving. Forgiveness is actually one solid thing that keeps marriage together. You will continue to get hurt. Somebody will continue to step on your feet, on your toes, until we die. We will not stop hurting each other. We will not stop affecting each other. We will not stop offending each other. We will always do. But the ability to forgive this one and move on to the next one is what we call life. That's what we call relationship. We will always fall into one error or the other. It might not be the same kind of error all the time. It's going to be different ones because you cannot satisfy people in life. So, but we have to have that ability to forgive and move on. Forgive and move on. And if you feel forgiving is going to affect your mental health, then the next thing is let them go. Forgive them, but let them exit your life. Okay, I forgive you, but we cannot be together no more. But I'm not going to carry bitterness against you and stay here and make myself to be stagnant too. Because when you have bitterness, you will be stagnant. When you have bitterness, you will be you can move. That's what you're going to continue to feed the rest of your life. Every day you wake up, that's what you see. That's how you feel. And that's what you feed the rest of your life. You're going to feel tired. You don't want to put effort. You're going to look at stumbling blocks. Oh, it's not going to happen. There's negativity all around. The energy around you is going to be negative. And that is why it is good for us at the entrance of every situation, let us deal with it. Every time there is a fallout, let's deal with it. Call the man, sit him down, tell him, sweetheart, you've offended me. What have I done? This. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, never happen again. All right, I forgive you. We go. Even though the forgiveness may take some time, but you are actually willing to go through the route of forgiveness. All right? Go through the route of forgiveness. And we keep going and keep going and keep going. Or else, you can't forgive, move out. Let go. Walk away. Go and be happy somewhere else. That's the way life is. That's the way life is. It's so simple. It's so simple. All right? Marriage is not a do or die. It's not a do or die. It's not, oh, I must be there. The pastor said divorce is not biblical. So I must remain here and I'll continue to be sad. I will remain here and continue to be a bitter person. I'm going to be here and continue to just be the way where I am right now. And I see a lot of Nigerian women like that. They live inside of the same house and they're angry and they're bitter and they're stagnant. And they're stagnant. And the men, they go outside, they have fun, they go drinking, they have their girlfriend outside, they're sleeping out, they're doing all manners of things, and then they come home whenever they come. And this is making some of the African women go cuckoo in their head. Go cuckoo in their head. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, then they have mental issue, and it's possible for them to kill themselves, or they might kill the man, or they might kill everybody in the house. There's a story of one Nigerian woman who killed her husband. And after she killed her husband, she killed her 2 children. Then she killed herself. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's actually the record of actually depression that's been there for a long time. And at the end of the day, she started hearing voices in her head. And then the next thing is she terminated the life of everybody in her family. I really don't think you should get to that point. Men are not happy when it comes to sex. Majority of the men are not. And they're complaining about it. Majority of the men are not sensitive enough to the condition of their wives. A lot of women are going through so much. But we all supposed to work together. Men, work with your wives. Women, open up and tell your husbands what's wrong. This is what is wrong. How can we handle it? How can we fix it? All right? At the end of the day, if the man is not willing to fix, then the best thing is do whatever is actually needed, fulfill all righteousness, and if your best is not good enough, then let him go. And you go too. To live. Live to live. You live so you can live. So you can be the mother of your children. So you can be saved on the day of your children's glory. All right? That's it. That's just the issue. You know, that's just the issue right now. May the God Almighty bless every one of you. And I believe one person must have gained one thing tonight. You must have listened to one thing that will help your marriage tonight. And I'm always here for you guys in case you want to sign up for marriage counseling. For marriage counseling, you want to sign up for marriage counseling. You want me to do your premarital counseling sessions before you get married, or probably you are probably you are in marriage already, and you're going through so much waves and turbulence and stuff, and you feel like you need someone to sit down with you to talk to yourself and your husband together, someone that is neutral. You can always reach out to me. Now my number on the screen, 405-550-5135. You can message me and I will take care of you. You know, you sign up for your counseling session, I will take care of the whole process. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys later tomorrow by the grace of God. Bye.